Hello guys, welcome back to Voices of Hult. My name is Lucia, I'm from Spain. Normally in the London campus, but today I'm in Boston for summer rotation. And today we're going to be tackling the topic of rotating campuses, since if you guys know, Hult has multiple campuses all over different countries and 3 parts of the US too. So today you're just going to get a little insight on what the different campuses feel like and how they're like. And today I'm joined by...
Hello, I'm Carolina. I am currently in the Boston campus doing my BBA program, and I am from Ecuador.
Hello, I'm Maria. I'm from the Dubai campus. I'm doing my master's in international business, and I'm rotating to Boston for the summer.
Hello, and I'm Guus. I'm from the Netherlands. I did my master's in San Francisco, entrepreneurship and innovation, and I'm here for summer rotation in Boston.
Okay, great. So to get started, so the different campuses at Hult have different types. So we have the PG students and we have the UG students. So for example, in the London campus, we have 2 different campuses in completely different sides of London, one for the UG and then one for the PG. So how does that look like in your campuses?
For example, here in Boston, like one great thing is that here in Hult Center, you can find postgraduate and undergraduate students, so everything is like united.
In the Dubai campus, it's primarily PG. However, there are students who rotate for the summer who are from undergraduate.
And in San Francisco, we only have postgraduate, so it's a smaller campus than the other ones.
And how do you think that affects student life and what?
I think in San Francisco, it's pretty nice to have only postgraduate because you're all with like-minded people. But I think the downside is we are with such a small amount of persons, of people. Sometimes it feels a little bit too small, so you don't have like the campus vibe as you have here in Boston.
Yeah. Same for me, like in the Dubai campus, it's so small, it's so tight-knit, it feels like everybody knows everyone. So I know people from the MBA campus, it's easy to assimilate and converse with people, but also there's only like postgraduates, so there's limited amount of people. So it's a bit of both, I guess.
For Boston, that's one thing that I like about here is that we can like network with people that are doing their masters, or even that they're undergrads. You will find events about postgraduate students or undergrads, and even in Whole House, everyone is living in the same place. So I think it's pretty good in a way of like a different way of like networking.
Yeah, in the London campus, it's very much divided because there's completely different campuses, and actually like a lot of people have problems because when you search up on Google Maps, the first response is the PG campus. So I know so many people at their first time arriving to London, they're gonna like drop off their stuff in the campus and they end up on the other side of London trying to get to the UG campus. That's like a little bit of an issue. But we do have some like events in the PG campus. So whenever you have some like job interviews or stuff like that, you normally go to the PG campus, which is like a cool thing. Sometimes like the professors are like, oh, let's meet up in the PG campus, and like we have like a tour here, we're talking to this specific professor that's gonna give us a seminar. So sometimes it's cool because we do mix, but it's really like we're very separated. So yeah, that's about. What about organized events? Do you think it's more through the school, through the students? What's like student life in the campuses?
Actually, both. Like I know, like there is the HSA, the whole student association. They hold many events. Like there was this one last month, I think, Walk to Remember, where all clubs like gather and present themselves. And the student services also offer some events, like going to the Museum of Science or some aquariums. But that's up to you, like if you want to go. And actually, like if you're a whole student, sometimes they give you some discounts, but it's not always just with certain places.
Yeah, even in the Dubai campus, we have this really good student services team that holds a lot of events. For instance, I remember in early January, we went to Dubai Desert Safari and at discounted prices, and it was quite fun. So they do arrange events like that. Even like there was like a sushi making workshop, and also there's career events. So I think the campus life is quite happening because of that. And we have a very active social media presence, so it's quite fun.
And I think in San Francisco we had some events and like fun activities, but main events were focused on career and companies that visited at the campus. So we had like really fun activities, but I think most of them were focused on career things. So that.
Yeah, actually, one thing that I've experienced coming here, I mean, in London, most museums are free. Like most of this is actually quite nice. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very expensive city, but it has its perks. So most like museums are free. Something that I found really cool is that when I came to the Boston campus, like there's like a flyer in Hult House, and I mean, for example, I went to the Red Sox game for like $25, which I was like really happy about. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't see that in London. In London, it's very much there's stuff that the HSA does organize. Like we've had like free pizza. We have for like 2 months we had a coloring book, like a huge coloring book in the lobby. And whenever I had like class time break, we would all go color in there because we're like so. I had class until 9 p.m. So at like 7 p.m. I'm like brain dead. So we would like color there. But most of the stuff is like student organized. So there's multiple people that have their own startup already, and most of them organize events that everybody from Hult goes to. I have 2 friends that they do this thing called Jet Lost, and you do trips for like 24 hours around a different country because like London's like pretty close to a lot of nearby countries. So I went to like Ireland, like Alicante, Spain for like 24 hours with like a random group of people from the UG campus. And there we got super close. We have like a whole group chat and you become friends with like everyone. So I feel like it's more in London student organized.
That's nice. Here in Boston, like we do have like socials and professionals events. Social more like, I remember since the first day I came here, we would have this masquerade party, like neon party. There are some events about the sustainability club, but there were also like professional events. Like in April, there was this Synergy conference where like many of CEOs of like important companies came here and like talk about their industry, and like it was like a opportunity for students to go and like try to push themselves and get people to know themselves. So I think it's like we have pretty much like a lot of things like social, like professional, like sport. We do also have sports like football events and things like that, but I'm not actually like into the sport field, so I can't really say like a lot about that.
Yeah,
It was really interesting in San Francisco. So AI is really booming right now, and especially in San Francisco. So we had an AI club, and I think they're almost at every week AI startup coming and guest speakers coming, and so in that way we learned all those new AI tools that were developing in San Francisco. This was really, really interesting.
Yeah, also in the Dubai campus, the vibe is very professional, so most of the events are hosted by the career team, and also we have like a really good cool consulting group as well, like a consulting club, and then they hosted a lot of events and that allowed a lot of networking. Also we had this Hult Trailblazers club that was like hiking throughout the city, going to places to explore. So that's the events that I know about, and they were quite exciting, even though I was never a part of the hiking or not much for hiking. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to know we had those things.
What about housing? Because for example, I was actually looking to go to San Francisco last summer, but I could not find a place to stay because they don't have, for example, in London, you have residencies right next to Hult. There's like 3. And then here you have Hult House. And I don't know about Dubai and San Francisco. How does that work with housing?
So in Dubai, there is no there's no Hult House, right? It's a relatively smaller campus. However, they do partner with like student accommodation organizations, so that like a lot of my classmates stayed at ESOL and they had like discounted rates, and they used to have like bus shuttles coming to Hult every like 4 or 5 hours. So like 4 or 5 hours throughout the day, 4 or 5 times throughout the day, they would have those bus shuttle services. But however, in terms of like convenience, it's not of course as convenient as Hult House is. But yeah, like you can find places in the marina, you can find places closer to Hult if you look for them, also like in Barsha, but they don't really help you a lot with that.
And in San Francisco, it's not that easy to find accommodation. But yeah, I think most people had like a pretty nice apartment or accommodation close to the campus, because if you compare San Francisco to London, it's a really small city, so it's pretty walkable. So yeah, it's hard, but it's doable. Yeah.
Here at Boston, like, I think the students that live in Hull House are very privileged because they just like have like a
It's so nice.
3 minutes walk and that's it. But
Yeah.
I don't live in Hull House, so like for me it was a little bit more challenging to find like an affordable apartment. I live like 20 minutes walking from here, and it looks a very nice area. But however, like the more far you are, it's like it becomes more cheaper. But like the more close to here, for example, there's a building like crossing the street. And it's like, if you want like a 2-bedroom apartment, it is around like a 4,100. So that actually depends on the budget of the student. But for me, I try to find something more affordable. So that's why I live in like more far. But like that's okay for me because you can say like, you can go by walking or bicycle or take the public transportation.
Yeah. In London, there's kind of like, there's a student accommodation chapter, which they actually recommend to you when you first go to the London campus. They like recommend me chapter in United Students, which is these 2 residencies right next to the UG campus. Like it took me, I like timed it one time, 3 minutes to get from my room in the 5th floor to the classroom. It's perfect. And it's all covered. So when it's like really cold, I don't have to like take a jacket. It's perfect. But, and that's where everybody hangs out. Even if you don't live at chapter, freshman year, everybody goes like, oh, let's go hang out in the lobby of chapter because they have like a movie room, like a pool. What's it called when you
Pool table.
a pool table, and a footballine. We used to do that every single time we were going out. So fun. So like you have that, but then there's also a building right next to the school, kind of like here, and it's kind of like the token residency after freshman year because everybody goes there. It's called Goodman's Field, and if you go to their gym, you see everyone. Like the entire campus is there. Everybody lives in that building because it's pretty affordable for London because the UG campus is in a really affordable area of like central London, and we're a 12-minute walk away from Tower Bridge, so it's like perfect. But this year I'm living 20 minutes in the tube away, like more in the center, and it's still not that bad. I feel like I find Boston more expensive than London.
I think Boston is expensive.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why.
I'm not sure, but we do have like something similar in Hull House. Even though I don't live in there, I can go when like anytime I want, and like they do like they host movie nights, karaoke nights. I can go to the whole kitchen, the cafeteria. Even though the cafeteria is now open in summer, that's like a bad thing because students right now need to like cook for themselves or eat outside. But yeah, like also like some events are holding there, like consulting events. I was in a reading club, so like many things are in there. So like even though you don't live in there, you can just go and spend time in there.
Currently, there's a cookout happening today, so.
In the kitchen?
House, yeah.
Wow. I've been using that kitchening a lot. I live in like a tiny dorm in Holt House, and I have to use that kitchen.
Oh, how is it for you?
It's actually so much better than I expected because the way that they explained it to me when I was looking to rotate, they're like, yeah, it's one kitchen for the entire building. I was like, what? There's no way. But it's actually so big, so spacious, and it's never full, which is good.
Yeah, like you can go anytime you can cook. I've never seen it at capacity where I had to go back to my room and come later, so that's pretty great. And then you get to talk to a lot of different people as well, make friends, so it's a great way of connecting as well.
Actually how my friend met her boyfriend. It was to the Holt House kitchen. Every Sunday she'll be doing her meal prep, and he came every Sunday to do the meal prep, and they would like made eye contact until one day one of them talked to each other.
That is so cute.
Yeah. But yeah, so in terms of living, for example, if you live far, how's the public transport? Like I'm really curious about San Francisco and Dubai especially.
Public transport system in Dubai is pretty great. Like it's really good, it's really affordable as well, it's convenient, it covers almost all of the main locations where people usually stay. Hult is closer to downtown. It's like 20-25 minutes by the metro, so it's pretty convenient if you want to use the public transportation system. There's also a lot of buses as well, so yeah, the RDA, that's like the Road and Transportation Authority, they're very good in Dubai.
The public transportation in San Francisco isn't that great. You can use it, but as many people know, there are a lot of homeless people in San Francisco, and they use also the public transportation. So it could feel a little bit unsafe, but yeah, you can use it during the day. It's fine. I would just avoid it in the
night.
in the night. And yeah, I think because what I said before, San Francisco isn't that big of a city, so it's pretty walkable, and I would suggest don't buy a bike if you need to climb the hills. It's pretty steep, but yeah, it's doable. Yeah.
For me, like my first day here, I was trying to use the train, the subway, and I did find it like not that bad. Like especially in the area of Cambridge, the Lechmere station is free and like it's pretty clean. I did find like some like people under drugs and like, but like it was like a couple, like not that much. However, if I go to the like more downtown part, like Ruggles in that area, I do find like more suspicious people, like homeless, as you can say, and I like it's like you can say it's unsafe, but nothing bad has happened to me. But I think like this area is actually pretty nice for Hull because like the subway is free and like it's pretty. I think it's pretty clean. I don't know.
I think it's more safe than San Francisco.
I've only used the T once. I like to bike everywhere here. Maybe because for me, Boston's like so well compact that I don't know. It's like a 20-minute bike ride. We'll go to. Oh my god, it's so fun. Get the electric bike. It's like the funniest thing you'll ever do in your entire life.
How much it is?
It's like $3 for a full ride. Really? And I went from here to the Red Sox game biking.
No way.
It was so fun. And you bike through the river because Holt, like this campus is right next to the river. Right. For like the people that don't know. And it's like the most prettiest walk ever. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, there's bachata free dancing class by like a dock in the river. And I've backed there, stopped my bike, gone with a friend dancing, and then we like bike back. Yes. No, it's so fun. You have to try biking. I will say that's probably something that you do at the beginning of the school year and at the end of the school year when it's not super cold here. But I 100% recommend biking around Boston. 100%. It's like the cheapest mode of transportation. It's really fast. There's a lot of really good bike lanes. I biked around North End too.
Really?
It's so fun.
I was so happy when I came here because I'm from the Netherlands and we bike a lot in the Netherlands.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
In San Francisco, yeah, you can bike with not everywhere, and here it's like so easy. It's safe. I use those blue bikes as well.
They're nice,
convenient.
And yeah, you can't do that in London. London, it's huge. I'm one of the crazy ones that likes to walk. So I walk one time from Notting Hill all the way to the UG campus, and that took me 2 hours. But that was like a Sunday, like I had nothing to do. Me and my friend just wanted to explore London. You don't normally do that. The tube is really good, but it's expensive. Like I'm from Spain, so the metro in Madrid, whenever I go visit, it's like 10 euros for a student pass the entire month, unlimited. In London, I have my Oyster card, which is a student card, and I get discounts, but it's still £110 a month for unlimited.
Hull give you the discount?
No, that's just students in London. You get a specific Oyster card for students. It can be like any type of student in London. You apply for that. You show that you're enlisted in a university in London, and then you get that discount. But my favorite part of London transportation is probably the bus because it's like 24 hours. It works perfectly, drops you off wherever you need to go. I take that night bus back home after the club. Like it's amazing. It works wonders. But yeah, my favorite activity has been walking. I walk a lot in London, but a normal person doesn't do that. It's crazy. It's huge. No. The one thing I love about London is that it's huge. Like I'm a person that every weekend I'll be trying a new like restaurant, a new like cafe, a new neighborhood, and I still haven't seen the full thing because it's massive.
Oh.
But yeah.
Actually, like a fact from the train here is that they don't give the students discounts. I mean, I think because most of the students live like nearby and like mostly in Hull House. But my first time here, I asked about discounts for students, and they told me like Hull didn't offer discounts for the metro. So I was like, oh, that's a bad thing for me. But then I was like, okay, I will just walk. Like,
but it isn't that expensive, right? Here.
I'm not pretty sure, but I think for a weekly pass is like 25, as I'm not wrong, like around that.
My friend that's doing an internship here in Boston for the summer, she said she paid $90 for a full month unlimited pass, which is not that bad compared to London, in my defense.
But I think I know that some universities, they give students discounts for the metro, and I find like Hull didn't offer that. I was like, oh, like
Yeah.
bad point, but anyways.
Even in Dubai, like what you mentioned for the London, they also have the student discount, like for the metro. Like if you're a student under the age of 24, you can get discounts, and then you just have to prove that you're like enrolled in like university or like you're going to school or something. So that's interesting. Even I think I've been taking the T here to like compare prices to see which is pricier, but I personally believe it's like not that expensive. For instance, a round trip would cost me like $1.50 per day, which is okay, not that bad.
That's not bad at all.
It's great.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. I need those prices. But yeah, so moving on to another topic. So tell us more about the community in your campuses. Do you feel like people, because for example, my friend Mia, she did her first year in Boston and her second year in London. She felt that in the Boston campus, you can make friends more easily because between Holt House and the campus, you just make connections super easily, which I have found that to be true. Yeah. And then in London, it's very much like, as an undergraduate student, I feel like a postgraduate student. We all just walk in and out of the building. We'll hang out with people, but it's very much like you make friends within your class. And then if you like hang around the second floor, which you have like a huge working area, but it's very much like you have to find your own way of making friends.
For me, I think Whole House is a really good way to make friends. Like since the first month I was here, like I find myself like pushing myself, like, oh, I need to like participate in this, join this club or whatever, and like that's really helpful. Also, like one thing that the campus of Boston has is that they hold like an event of whole price. I don't know if your campuses they did it.
Every campus.
And I volunteer for that, and I think it was like a really good way for me making friends, and that's the way I met Johanna, the president right now of Voices of Hult, and like she talked to me about this club, and like it was like a good way of networking, and I actually had the opportunity to like talk with this group of startup ideas, and like how they were so motivated to like try to put in life their project. So they found it really good.
So the community at Dubai is pretty close-knit, I would say, but most of the friends I had were the ones that I made in class, like the ones I was doing masters with, and as mentioned, the whole prize is a great way to connect, and we had that at the Dubai campus as well. Most of the people who became friends with each other was through the clubs and all the similar activities they partaked in together, so that's a great way of connecting. But since the campus is quite small, you do know everyone, you do get the chance to network. But personally, because I think the master's program is like quite short, and you don't have the time that you in UG you would have to forge those connections, because most of the time we're in class and like it just passes by in the blink of an eye. So I never got to connect very, very deeply with every single person. So maybe like one or two, but not a lot.
Yeah, in San Francisco, it's also a small campus, so I know everyone there. It's a really community, also with MBA, other masters and cohorts. It's not. You are like connecting with everyone, not only with your own cohort.
For me, I didn't have any experience with cohorts. Like I know that for the last semester, like people were like including these cohort events, like playing games with it, but I don't know how it actually works because I didn't have that experience when I came here. Like I just realized now that I'm cohort C, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah. So knowing all of this and reflecting on your own campuses, what do you think is the one thing that makes your campus stand out? Like, what's your favorite thing about your campus?
I don't know about like the campus per se, but like Boston is a city like where many students live, so I think the students that came here have an opportunity to like meet like Ivy League students. I know like some students here at Hull go to Harvard or MIT to get themselves and push themselves and know more people, and like they're working together and partnering to like create these startups and things like that. So I think it's a really good opportunity if people are coming to the Boston campus of like networking with these Ivy League
Even in the Dubai campus, one thing I really like is the location, how close it is to downtown, and then you get to go to different places, and then it's really well connected. And even the careers team is really good at those networking events, so you get to meet Hult alumni a lot in these mixed events, and then before you know it, like just a conversation can land you an internship. So that's just, I love how global everything is on the Dubai campus, and the fact that you can just get career opportunities so easily, which I think is quite great.
I think the most thing that the best thing in San Francisco is the entrepreneurial vibe. A lot of startups visit the campus, but also students that start their own company. It's different than here in Boston.
What about the London campus?
I was going to say something similar to that. I feel like in the London campus, do you guys have Hult Founders Lab?
No, I don't.
I think we have something similar in here, but I'm not really sure.
So in London, my favorite professor, Daniel, actually like did an episode with him, and he's my entrepreneurship teacher, and he runs this club called Hult Founders Lab, in which the students can join, and he basically does like a crash course, and you show him the way that you apply to this club is that you have to give him an in detailed explanation of your startup idea, how you think it's gonna work, like your finances and everything, and then he looks it over, and if you get into this club, he kind of just gives you a crash course of like, this is how you pitch, this is how you're gonna pitch your startup, this is how you're gonna raise money, this is how I think you should do your finances, and he gives you like a crash down course on like everything. So he basically just helps you do like the baseline of your startup. And I've seen so many of my friends like kickstart their own career already because of that club. So the entrepreneurship spirit in like London is really good for that. Well, the professor, obviously, like I have like my favorite professors there, and like I have such a good relationship with them. But also the location of the London campus. I feel like Hult, obviously, is an international school, so there's so many people from everywhere. And I love that most of the time in the London campus, there are a lot of like Europeans. So for example, for reading week, we'll be jumping from house to house in like everybody's countries. So it's like, it's really nice because I've gotten my closest friends to come to Canarias with me, and then I'll go to Italy to visit my friend's parents, and then like I'll go to the other part of Italy to visit my other friend's parents. So it's so nice how you're so close to everyone's home, but yet so far away. So you get to learn about these cultures in a much more in-depth kind of
that's so cool.
way.
For example, here, I think we have more of like Latin Americans. There's also like a lot of Africans I have seen. But from what they have told me, is like in the London campus, there are like more of Europeans. Yeah. And instead in the Boston one, it's like pretty diverse, but you will find more like Latin American people and from Africa too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's my experience. It's mostly Europeans in the London campus, and then some here and there. My roommate was from Palestine, and I think there were other 2 people from Palestine in the London campus that I knew about. And then most of my friends are also from like Lebanon, but 99% of them are from European countries.
What about how diverse is the Dubai campus?
Dubai is quite diverse, I would say. As a city, it is like a metropolitan that is mostly full to the brim with expats, and the same can be seen in like the Hult campus. I saw a lot of Italians and like Russians and like a few Japanese here and there, Indians, but like these were the main nationalities that I observed, and then it was fun and interesting to interact with people. So what we used to do was that we used to like go to like there used to be like little events, not events exactly, like little hangouts. So we would go to I remember one time we went to this pancake place called IHOP that was open in like Dubai, so we got to experience the American culture. And then we used to go to like different restaurants to try different cuisines for different that represented different people's cultures. So that was quite interesting.
That's really nice. What about the San Francisco campus?
Yeah, it's really diverse. I think most people, they come from Latin America, but also a lot of people from Asia, Europe, Africa. I think almost
really diverse too, like Boston.
Yeah. I think you can compare it to Boston. Yeah.
Well, to finish off this episode, we're gonna finish with a question from the previous guest. Do you want to read it?
Yes, sure. Like, what do you think people are scared of being themselves?
Because they fear being accepted as they are. I feel like at this point in time, everybody wants to be liked, and to be liked is to be a conformist. to be in line with what everyone else thinks is normal. So I think they fear being accepted as they are, so they conform to the idea of what is usually accepted by people, and they just stick to that. And I think that kills the authenticity and the beauty of who you are as a person, and I personally think you shouldn't do that.
I totally agree with that. It's a very great answer. Yeah, I think people are scared of other people's opinion.
Wow, great guys, so insightful. I love it. So thank you for being with us today. I hope you're enjoying the Boston campus. I am. I hope you have
it's
even more
nice
of a great
here.
time here.
Yeah.
I
I recommend everyone coming to the Boston campus. I haven't been to the other ones, but I think this one is pretty complete.
No, I love that I got to feel around the different campuses before graduating.
Yeah, because you have been before to London and here. Like, what can you say about that? Like,
I love London. I miss London in terms of like, I realized that I love living in a city.
okay.
I miss that. Also, like, just the terms of, I feel like the vibe of constantly, like, I just miss the pubs. I'm going to be honest here. I just miss the pubs. Like, I'm going to be honest here. I feel like that's what I miss about that Boston, like, misses. Like, I just miss a good beer under the sun.
Makes sense.
But that's it. That's literally the only thing I miss. But yeah. I think we're going to finish off the episode here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next week.